Today in this lecture we are going to configure firewall using the Cisco Packet Tracer application. Before we move to the Cisco Packet Tracer application, let us understand what is firewall and how does it work. Firewall is a network security system that monitors and controls incoming and outgoing network traffic based on predetermined security rules. Firewall typically establishes a barrier between a trusted internal network of an organization and the untrusted external network such as the internet. Firewall works as a filtration system for the data attempting to enter your computer or network. Firewall scan packets for malicious code or attack vectors that have already been identified as established threats. There are two types of firewall: software firewall and hardware firewall. Software firewall is installed in computer system that filters each and every data packet along with the traffic before allowing that to access by the system. Hardware firewall is a hardware device that set as barrier between an organization internal network consisting with many networking devices and external untrusted network of internet. Observe this diagram. At our left we have the organization internal network system that is considered as trusted network. At our right we have the untrusted network of internet, and in between the hardware firewall that separating both trusted and the untrusted network. Before we move to the Cisco Packet Tracer application, let us understand what is public IP address and private IP address. Public IP address identifies the devices over the internet to communicate with other public IP address to find information that we are searching for. Therefore, public IP address is accessible over the internet. On the other hand, private IP address is used within our internal private network of an organization to connect securely to other networking devices within that same network. That is why private IP address is not accessible over the internet. NAT. What is NATing? NAT stands for Network Address Translation. It is a way to map multiple local private IP addresses to a single global public IP address before transferring the information. Organization can use multiple devices to work with a single public IP address through NAT. When a packet traverses outside the local network, then NAT converts that private IP address to a global public IP address. Let's say 192.168.0.1. Consider this to be an private IP address. Through the NAT, this will convert to 20.0.0.10, that is considered as public IP address. When a packet enters into the local network, the global public IP address is converted to the local private IP address. Let's say 20.0.0.10. Consider this as a public IP address. Through the NATing process, it will convert to 192.168.0.1. This to be considered as private address. Observe this diagram. We have 4 computers in an organization internal setup having private IP address of range 192.168.1.10 to 1.14. So there are 4 computers having private IP address, and also there is a hardware firewall that is been set up as barrier acting between the internal security of the organization and the external untrusted internet. We can see in the cloud there are Amazon, Google and Facebook server. All those servers having an unique IP address, those are considered to be the public IP address. Assume any of the computer of the organization wants to communicate with the public server, then those private IP addresses will never going to communicate with the public IP address over the internet. The firewall has the public address, that is 10.0.0.10, that is considered to be a public address for the organization. When any of the private IP address trying to access the any public address over the internet, that firewall will access that particular public address to communicate over the internet on behalf of any intended private IP addresses. So in this way the firewall will ensure the security mechanism on behalf of the organization, as well as it will also let those computer having private addresses to communicate over the internet with the public IP addresses. Let us understand this with the Cisco Packet Tracer application. In this particular lecture we are going to use the new updated version of Cisco Packet Tracer application, that is 8.0, because in the older version that we have already used in earlier lectures, this particular hardware firewall is not available. In earlier version that we have used 6.0.1, in that version hardware firewall was not available. That is why I have installed the updated version of Cisco Packet Tracer, that is 8.0. You also need to download this version and install the same at your computer to practice the firewall configuration. This is the Cisco Packet Tracer application interface. You can observe this is the updated version. It seems to be similar, but there are certain changes you can observe. We have the working tools at our top left corner. Initially in the older version we have those at our right of the interface, but in this particular updated version we have got that particular working tools at the top left corner, but all the networking device as usual are available at the bottom left corner of the interface. Okay, let us start working with the Cisco Packet Tracer application. So already I have created this networking topology. I have configured 3 routers. I have assigned IP addresses for all those routers. I have created 2 separate office setup. I have also attached a Google server, Facebook server and DNS server, and I have created a networking topology. I will just configure the hardware firewall in the office setup to ensure the security mechanism. Let us observe. We have a router at Kolkata. 3 IP address has already been assigned to it. So if you are new to this particular video, I will like to suggest you that you must watch the earlier lectures where I have explained all these things step by step. How to assign IP addresses to the router, how to configure router, how to configure DHCP server, DNS server, how to create LAN setup, VLAN configuration. All these things I have explained step by step in earlier lectures. In this particular lecture I have done all these things previously. I will just add the hardware firewall in the interface to create a security mechanism for the internal organization setup. So you can observe we have a router at Kolkata. I have also connected the Google server having the IP address 60.0.0.2 with the Kolkata router. In reality the IP address of Google server is not the same, but for understanding basis for this tutorial learning I have attached this particular Google server with the Kolkata router, and I have assigned the IP address as you can see 60.0.0.2. Also I have established a router at Delhi. So the Delhi router is connected with the Kolkata router having 3 ports. Also the IP address has been assigned. You can observe this Facebook server I have connected with the Delhi router having the IP address 70.0.0.2. This is not the original IP address of the Facebook server, but for the sake of this particular lecture I have assigned a particular IP address to recognize this as the Facebook server. Also we have another router at Chennai. This router is connected with the Delhi router along with the Kolkata router, and you can observe that this DNS server having the IP address 80.0.0.2, this DNS server have connected with the Chennai router. Okay, in this way I have created a networking topology for today's class. Observe, we have a office at Kolkata having 4 computers internally connected with a switch, and that switch is connected to the Kolkata router. So that is why we have a Kolkata office having 4 computers. You may have many number of computers as you required. I have just established a connection with 4 router at Kolkata office. Another 4 computer network I have created for the Chennai office, and that is connected with the Chennai router. Observe. Now let us check the connectivity in this particular network topology that I have created from PC1. I will try to get it to PC7 of Chennai. See, successful. I will try another packet from PC3 of Chennai to PC5 of Kolkata. Successful. So we can see successful connection in both the office. We can send packet. Now I will try to check the web browser. So I will try to access, let me access the Google. Observe, we can see the Google server in this topology having IP address 60.0.0.2. Observe, 60.0.0.2. I will try to access from the Kolkata office. See, I can successfully access the Google server from Kolkata office. Now I will do with the Facebook server. So 70.0.0.2. Observe, I can also access the Facebook server from the Kolkata office. So this is a live network topology that I have already created. So www.google.com. I will try the same with the domain name because I have assigned the DNS server. Observe, I can access by the domain name. I will do with the facebook.com. Facebook.com. Observe. So yes, see, I can also access the Facebook server with the domain name as because I have created the DNS server. Observe. Now I will try same from the Chennai office. From PC3 of Chennai office, I will access the browser and I will try to access the google.com by the domain name. Observe. Yes, I can access the Google server by the domain name because I have established the domain server. Now I will try the facebook.com. Observe. Yes, it is working fine. I can also access the Facebook server. See, observe. Now I will see firewall. This is the hardware firewall. So I will take this hardware firewall and I will connect this to the Kolkata office. So I will disconnect the connection. I have to remove this cable. See, I have disconnected the cable. Now I will add this hardware firewall. Observe, this is the hardware firewall ASA2 5505. So I will take a straight cable. So I will connect internally. Observe, Ethernet 01 to fast Ethernet 01. Observe, I have connected the external part with the Kolkata router. So I have taken another cable. So internal part I have connected with this particular Kolkata office network. This observe. Now I will assign this set of IP addresses and VLAN. By default there are 2 VLAN in the hardware firewall. Observe. So internal part I will be considered as the VLAN 1. Observe. So I will assign this thing in this hardware firewall. Observe. So hardware firewall by default have 2 VLAN, VLAN 1 and VLAN 2. VLAN 2 I will assign as the external part of the hardware firewall. Observe, this configuration I am going to assign to the hardware firewall. Observe. Okay, observe closely. Okay, so this is the IP addresses that have been given by the ISP provider for the Kolkata office. You can observe closely. For the Kolkata office, this IP addresses has been given to me: 20.0.0.10, subnet 255.0.0.0, default gateway 20.0.0.1, DNS server 8.0.0.2. So observe. So I will again disconnect the Chennai office and I will add the firewall. Observe. First I will disconnect this cable. Let me first remove this cable. So now I will take a firewall, hardware firewall. I will add it between the external network and internal network of the Chennai office. So I have taken the straight cable. So I have connected here. Observe. One end I have connected with the external part of the firewall. Another end I will connect here with the internal part of the firewall. Observe. Okay. So again, as I have told you, there are two VLAN. This particular IP addresses has been given to me by the ISP provider. I will assign this thing to the firewall, and this is the internal VLAN setup I will assign to this particular firewall. So there are two VLAN. This is to be internal part and this is to be external part of the hardware firewall. This thing I will consider and configure this thing with the firewall. Observe. So now I need to access the hardware interface. I will take a laptop. So firewall does not have its skin. I will take the console cable. I will connect the laptop with the hardware firewall to access the hardware interface of this firewall, because firewall by default does not have any skin to access its hardware interface. So through the laptop skin I will be able to access only. So I will take another laptop for the Chennai office. I will connect with the console cable for accessing the hardware interface of the Chennai firewall. So let me first do the configuration. Observe. So I will open the laptop, go to desktop. Now I will open the terminal. I will keep all the parameters as default. This parameter will match with the typing speed of the interface of the firewall. So enable, enable, password is blank by default. It does not have any password. Let me just press enter. Okay. Now I will just go to config terminal, enter configure terminal. Let me move to the global configuration mode. Observe. I am in global configuration mode. I will enable the password. Enable password. Provide the password 123. Any password you can provide as per you want. So I have given 123 as password. Enable password 123. Press enter. Observe. Let me move out. Exit from the configuration mode. Let me move out again from the privilege mode. Exit. I am going to check if the password has been implemented properly or not. Enable. Enter. Asking for password. Let me just press enter. Invalid password. So because I have implemented the password, just enter will not work. See, access has been denied because 3 times I have pressed enter. So that is why access has been denied. I will try again. Enable. Enter. I will write the password 123, proper password that I have assigned. 123. Press enter. Password has not been printed for the security reason. Now I have given the access to work with the firewall. Now I will write show running config to check the default configuration of this hardware firewall. Observe. Interface 00 is assigned under the VLAN 2. There are another 7 ports, total 8 ports the firewall is having. So interface VLAN 1 by default name inside security level 100. IP address has been assigned 192.168.1.1. This is by default has been configured in this particular firewall. Now you can see for the interface VLAN 2 the name is outside by default. Security level has been assigned to 0 and DHCP is also being assigned. So all this thing has been assigned to this firewall by default. Let me check the DHCP pool. Observe. This is the DHCP pool that has been assigned by default in this particular firewall. Now I have to remove this DHCP pool. For that I will move to the configuration mode, press enter. Now I am in global configuration mode. I will remove this default DHCP. See, for doing that I will just copy this. I need not require to write again. I will just copy. I will just going to copy. Observe, I will copy this thing, and in configuration mode I will write no, then I will just paste it. So this command will run. So this DHCP range will be removed from the hardware firewall. Observe. So okay, this has been removed. This DHCP range has been removed. Let me check out. Exit from this config mode. Now exit from this privilege mode. So running config. Observe. Let me check out whether this has been removed or not. So observe. See, DHCP enable inside. That means DHCP is enabled, but that particular IP range has been removed successfully from the firewall. So let me move again to the configure terminal, global configuration mode. I am in global configuration mode. VLAN, I will move to the interface VLAN. Interface VLAN 1. Okay, I will assign IP address. I will assign private IP address for the internal of this organization. So IP address. So observe the private IP address. Now this is the VLAN 1. I have accessed VLAN 1. I will assign this IP address 192.168.0.1. This thing I will assign as private setup for the hardware firewall. So IP address will be 192.168.0.1. So this is 24-bit networking address. So 255.255.255.0. okay, so I have assigned IP address under the VLAN 1 as internal part of the hardware firewall. Now I will provide no shutdown. So you may or may not provide this no shutdown command, because by default VLAN is always kept turned on. Okay, so now I will provide the name for this particular internal VLAN 1. So let me provide name if. Command is name if followed by any name you can provide as per your wish. I am going to provide the name as internal, INTERNAL. Observe, name if internal. So this will be the name internal. Any name you may provide. So I have given name internal. Observe. Okay, now I will assign the security level. So security level, a value will be given 100. So 100, the maximum value, ensure minimum security. So as this is the internal part of the organization, I will give minimum security, so that everybody will be able to communicate in the network easily. So let me exit out. Again observe, I will access this port Ethernet 00. I will access Ethernet 00. Interface Ethernet 0-0. Okay, enter. So I have accessed. Now this port I will change to VLAN 1. So switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 1. So observe, I have shifted interface Ethernet 00 under the VLAN 1. Now exit. I will again access the interface VLAN 2. Observe, interface VLAN 2. Now I will provide IP address. This will be the public IP address. Observe, IP address. Which IP address? 20.0.0.2. This IP address was provided to me by the ISP provider. This is 8-bit IP address 255.0.0.0. This is the public IP address. So observe, this IP address will be able to communicate with the network. So on behalf of all the private IP address, this public IP address will communicate over the network. So I will provide the name if external. So any name you may provide. I have given the name as external, EXTERNAL. So name if is the command followed by external. Now I will ensure the security level 1, because minimum security value ensure maximum security. So 1. exit. So interface, observe, I will access this interface 01. This interface I will move to the external VLAN 2, observe. So interface Ethernet 01. So this particular interface I will shift under the VLAN 2 for the outside configuration. Switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 2, observe. So now Ethernet 01 has been successfully shifted under the VLAN 2. Okay, let me move out, exit, again exit from the global config mode. So running configuration, let me check out the configuration that I have done now. Observe, see, observe carefully. So watch, interface VLAN 1 name has been assigned as internal. So this has been printed twice. Internal name has been printed twice. Observe, internal, this has been printed twice, no matter. Okay, observe. So watch, see, name is internal. So this internal name has been printed twice for VLAN 1 setup. So no matter, this will be work as the name of the VLAN 1 as internal connection. So security level is 100. So this is the interface of VLAN 2. The name has been provided external, security level 1, that is minimum value maximum security. You can see public IP address has been assigned. So this 01 interface belongs to VLAN 2. Observe. So VLAN 2, observe. So that Ethernet 01, this has been assigned under the VLAN 2 for working with the external internet untrusted network. Observe. Observe very closely this thing. Okay, so now I will again move to the configuration mode. So write configure terminal. So I will create the DHCP pool, DHCPD address followed by the range. So internal DHCP range will be for the inside part 192.168.0.1. So how many computer will obtain IP? Okay, maximum of 10. So it will be 192.168.0.10. So maximum of 10 computer will be able to obtain IP address dynamically from this hardware firewall. So I have to follow this range with internal, because internal, the name that I have provided for the VLAN 1 as internal connection. Okay, so write down this command in your notebook. Observe internal, this is the name that I have assigned for the internal part of the VLAN 1. So now I will provide DNS, DHCPD, DNS. So note down the DNS that was provided to me by the ISP provider 80.0.0.2. So I will create the DHCP for the DNS server. Observe DHCPD followed by DNS and the IP address 80.0.0.2. Enter. Right, so successfully I have assigned, exit. Again let us check. So I will open the computer. Let me obtain the IP address dynamically from hardware firewall. Yes, successfully I have obtained 192.168.0.2 because 0.1 has been assigned under the VLAN 1. So PC1, let me try to obtain the IP address for PC1 from the hardware firewall. Yes, I have obtained IP address, subnet, gateway along with the DNS server successfully from the hardware firewall. Observe. Let me repeat the process for PC4. Let me try. Yes, successfully I have obtained all these IP addresses from the firewall. So I have obtained everything. Okay, let me try. Yes, okay, you can see Kolkata office has obtained all the IP addresses from the hardware firewall. Let me send packet among them. So successful transaction, you can observe successful transaction. Okay, so now let me try to access the outer part from the PC0. Let me try to access the Google. I will try to access the Google from PC0. See, observe, it will fail. I will try to access the Google. So after I have connected the firewall, first time I am going to access the outer part, it will fail. Observe, it will not able to access. So it is trying to access, it will take some time. After that it will fail. Why? Because yet there are certain configuration I have not done with the external part of the hardware firewall. Observe, requested timeout. So unless and until I will complete the configuration of the external part of the firewall, we can able to communicate with the untrusted network. Observe, now again I will move to the configuration mode. So first write enable, give password 123. Now configure terminal. Now I will create root for the external part of the hardware firewall. ROUTE. Write down the command in your notebook. ROUTE followed by the name that is external I have assigned for the outer part of the firewall. Okay, root followed by the name external, then 0.0.0.0, that means any IP address. Now again repeat 0.0.0.0, that signifies any subnet. Any IP address having any subnet will be able to communicate through the external part of the hardware firewall through the port of Kolkata router. Observe this port. So all the traffic will pass through this particular port. So over the internet network, all the network traffic will pass through this port of Kolkata router. So the outer part of the hardware firewall will access the traffic from this port 20001 of the Kolkata router, this particular port 20001. So the external part of the hardware firewall will access traffic from that port 20001. It will access any IP, any subnet from this port 20001. Observe, any subnet, any IP from this 20001 port. Observe carefully. Okay, so now I will do another thing, that is I will create an object, that is network object. I have to create a network object. Write object object followed by network. This is the command. Write down all the command in your notebook. Object, so this is the name of the object Kolkata. So any name as per you wish you can provide. I have given the name as Kolkata. First I have to write the command, that is network object followed by network, then the network name. So network name I have provided Kolkata because this is Kolkata office I am configuring the firewall for. I have successfully accessed the network object. You can observe the change in symbol in the interface. Now I will create the subnet for the object. So subnet subnet followed by the, observe, the followed by the IP address, the private IP address. Only provide the network value. In the host position just provide 0. Okay, remember. So we need to provide the network address 192.168.0. So this is the network address, and 1, that is the host address. So while creating the subnet object, so in the host position we just have to mention 0. Need not require to specify which particular host. Okay, now I will provide the default subnet, that is it is a 24-bit network. So the subnet will be 255.255 and 255.0 for the particular subnetting for this particular object that I have created just now. Okay, I have done with the subnet. Now I will create the NATing with the internal and the external. So NAT in bracket I have to write the internal network name. So okay, name that I have created, that is internal. Okay, internal. This is the name that I have assigned as the VLAN1 for the internal portion of the hardware firewall. So internal followed by the external. Okay, so this is the name. As per you will configure, you have to provide the name. Okay, close the bracket, then dynamic interface. So write down the command in your notebook. Observe, NAT in bracket, you have to write the object name internal followed by external and dynamic interface. So write down this command in your notebook, press enter. Okay, I have already configured the NATing. It will NAT from internal private IP to the external public IP. This process will do NATing. Internal private IP will be converted to the external public IP. Now I will move out, exit to the privilege mode. Observe. Now again I will move to the configuration mode. Yes. So I will create the access list. I will create the access permission list for certain protocol. So ACCS space dash list, access list. Now I will give the object name that Kolkata. Just now I have created the object, network object name Kolkata. Now the command is extended followed by permit. So who will be given the permission? A protocol will be given permission to access through the firewall over the network. So TCP protocol. Remember, there are so many protocol. I will allow this particular protocol TCP to access any host and any destination, from any host to any destination. I will repeat this command again, but for different protocol. Observe, ICMP protocol. So ICMP protocol to get access through the firewall to access any host for any destination. Observe, write down this command. Now I will create the access group, access dash group. Okay, the group that are going to access. So the internal group of Kolkata object, that is the object name that I created. So now I will write in. So in this is the command in. That means the internal group will be able to communicate through the interface with the external. So external is the object name that was created for the outer part of the VLAN. Okay, outer part of the VLAN. Let me move out, exit. Now I will check the connection. Observe. So from the Kolkata office PC 0, I will access the Google server. Observe. First I will try to access with the ping, then the IP address of the Google server. Observe. 60.0.0.2. This is the address of Google server. So the first packet will always be rejected, and from the second packet it will accept. Observe. So I can successfully access the Google server from Kolkata office. So again pin the Facebook server with the IP address 70.0.0.2. Observe. I can successfully access. Observe. Watch. Yes, first packet was rejected, but from second onward I have accessed the Facebook server as well. Now I will try to access the DNS server. So the IP of DNS server 80.0.0.2. Watch. First packet was rejected and onwards it was accessed successfully. So I can successfully access all the server. Now I will try to access through the browser. I will access the Google server. So 60.0.0.2. I will try to access the Google server. Observe, I can successfully access the Google server. Now Facebook server I will try to access. Observe, so I can successfully access the Facebook server. Okay, I have done with the configuration. So what I have done, I have assigned the IP address to the VLAN 1. I have provided the default name of the VLAN 1. I have assigned the security level for the VLAN 1. I have allotted the interface under the VLAN 1. and I have also assigned the IP address for VLAN 2. I have given a name under the VLAN 2. I have set the security level as maximum under the VLAN 2 by value security level 1. I have also allotted an interface to VLAN 2. I have assigned DHCP range and DNS range. I have also set up external route. I have created network object. I have created the internal subnet. Also I have configured the NATing with the internal through the external, and I have also allowed access list permission to TCP protocol and ICMP protocol. Observe also, as last but not the least, I have also created the access group permission so that internal group will be able to access with the external untrusted network. So all these things I have done step by step. Now observe, I need to repeat same thing for the Chennai office. So I will access the laptop from Chennai office. I will move to configuration mode, enable password blank, enter. So I will create a password. I will move to configuration mode, configure terminal. Now I will write enable password, provide password. I will give 123 as password. Let me move out and check whether the password has been implemented properly or not. Enable password, invalid password because I have just pressed enter. Now I will give the right password 123. Yes, I am given access, authorized access to work with this particular firewall. So let me move to the configuration mode. So I have moved to the configuration mode. Let me move out again to the privilege mode because I am going to check by so running config the default configuration of this particular hardware firewall. Observe, this is the default configuration of this hardware firewall. So there are two VLAN, VLAN 1 with this following name, security value and default IP address, and also we have the VLAN 2 having a default name, security level, value, also DHCP mode. So you can see the DHCP range that is being assigned by default under this particular hardware firewall. This will be removed. Now I will move to the configuration mode, configure terminal. I will remove this DHCP range from the hardware firewall. First I will copy this full range and I will write no, NO, followed by this thing I will paste again. So this particular range will be removed from the hardware firewall. Observe, enter. Okay, I have successfully removed. Let me exit. Let me check so running configuration. I will check now. Observe. So observe, so that particular range has been removed successfully. Observe. So configure terminal, interface VLAN 1. I will access the VLAN 1. I have accessed the VLAN 1. Now I will give IP. I will assign the IP address. Which IP address? The private IP address under the VLAN 1. The private IP address under the VLAN 1. Observe, this will not be public. I have wrongly written here. It will be private. Observe. Let me change it first, private. So the internal part will be consisting of private IP addresses, okay, not the public IP addresses. Public IP addresses will be at the external part of the router that will communicate with the untrusted network. Okay, this is public IP address and this is private IP address. Okay, so IP address 192.168.1.1. Provide the default subnet 255.255.255.0. So this is 24-bit address. Now no shutdown you may or may not provide, as I have already told you. By default VLAN is turned on. So now I will give a name. So for the internal part of this particular hardware firewall, So name if, which name? Let me provide this particular name as internal. Observe, internal. Name if internal. Okay, so I have given the name internal for this internal part of the hardware firewall. So now I will give the security level. So security level I will provide 100. 100 means maximum hello, minimum security. Minimum security. Now exit. Now again I will access interface VLAN 2. Before I do that, I will access Ethernet 00. Ethernet 00. So observe. So this Ethernet 00 I will move under the VLAN 1. Observe. Switch port mode access. Switch port access VLAN 1. So Ethernet 00 will be shifted to VLAN 1. Observe. So VLAN 1, that port I will shift under the VLAN 1. Exit from that particular port. Now I will get the interface of VLAN 2. Okay, I will provide IP address. Which IP address under VLAN 2? Public IP address 50.00.10. This IP address was provided to me by the ISP provider. That IP address I will assign under the outer part of the hardware firewall, that VLAN 2. So 50.00.10 subnet 8-bit network. Okay, now no shutdown. You may provide, you may not provide. I will give a name. Name if, which name? The name will be external. Okay, any name you may provide. I will provide external. Name if followed by external. Observe, external. Okay, you can watch. External. VLAN 2 has been assigned with the name external. Observe. Now I will provide the security level 1. 1 means maximum security. Minimum security value will ensure maximum security because it will work with the untrusted part of the internet. It should have maximum security. So now I will move out. Now I will hold this particular port, Ethernet 01. This port I will allot under the VLAN 2. So interface Ethernet 01. I will access this port. Now I will allot this port under the VLAN 2. Switch port mode access. Switch port access VLAN 2. So observe, this port has been allotted under the VLAN 2. Okay, now exit. Again exit. Now show running config. I will check the configuration. Observe. See, interface 01 has been allotted under the VLAN 2. Observe. Interface 01 that has been allotted under the VLAN 2. Okay, right? Now observe. So press enter and watch. Interface VLAN 1 has been assigned with the default name internal, security level 100, that is minimum security, IP address, that is the private IP address. Observe, all these things I have assigned successfully in the internal part of the firewall. Now interface VLAN 2, name external, security level 1 and public IP address 50.00.10. Observe, all these things I have assigned successfully as the external part of the hardware firewall. So okay, now I will create the DHCP. So configure terminal DHCPD followed by address. Now create the DHCP, that is internal DHCP for the internal part of the organization. So 192.168.1.1. So how many computer will obtain IP address from this particular hardware firewall DHCP pool? Not more than 6. So let me write 192.168.1.15. So 10 to 15. So that number, that means 6 computer will obtain IP address automatically from the hardware firewall DHCP pool. Okay, so I have created the DHCP pool in this hardware followed by the command internal. So internal is the name. So remember this command, write it down in your notebook. So internal is the name that I have provided for the internal part of the hardware firewall. Okay, internal, that is the name that I have provided, assigned to the hardware. So now provide the DHCP DNS. So DHCPD DNS, what the DNS will be, 80002. So that is the DNS provided to me by the ISP provider. Okay, so I have assigned everything successfully. Now exit. Now let me obtain the IP address for these 4 computers of Chennai office. So observe, see, successfully I have obtained the IP address from the hardware firewall. For PC3 I will try again to access. Observe. So successfully I have obtained the IP addresses. So observe. So again I will try to obtain the IP addresses. So I am getting the IP addresses successfully from the hardware firewall. So for the last computer, let me again try to obtain the IP addresses. Observe. Okay, so I have done with this thing. I have obtained the IP addresses. So let me send packet. Successful. I will try to send another packet. Successful. Observe. Now I will try to do another thing. I will try to access the server. Okay, so we know that we are yet to be done with the configuration. So I will be not able to access the server because outer configuration has not been done yet. So I have written 70002, that is the Facebook IP address. So it will take some time. After that it will say requested timeouts. It will not able to access the outer part of the network because the outer part has not been assigned yet. So lot of configuration are yet to be done with the outer part of the hardware firewall. So I will do that now. Observe. Enable 1 2 3 config terminal. So I will create the root. Observe, ROUTE, root, followed by the external, that is the name external that I have been given for the external part. So it will access any IP address having any subnet mask, any IP address having any subnet mask 0000, again followed by 0.0.0.0. So any IP address of any subnet mask. So this is the name external, that means external part of the hardware firewall. Okay, and this will access through this port 50001. So all the network traffic will be accessed through that particular port of Chennai router, that is 50.0.0.1. So write down this command in your notebook, how to configure hardware firewall. Okay, so now I will do another thing. I will create an object. So I will create an object OBJECT, object network. So object network followed by the network name, any name you may provide. I will give the name as Chennai because this is the Chennai office. So let me give the network name as Chennai. Okay, so I have created the network object as Chennai. So I have accessed the network object successfully. Here I will do the subnetting. Okay, so I will create the subnet for that object. To do that I will write the command subnet, subnet. So subnet followed by the internal IP address network range. So what is the internal IP address network range? Observe, 192.168.1. so this is the IP range of internal router part, internal hardware firewall part. So 192.168.1, and in the host place I will just give 0. Need not require to specify the host. I will put 0. So now give the subnet 8-bit network. So subnet will be 255.255.255 as because it is a 24-bit networking address, 24-bit networking address and 8-bit host address. Observe. Okay, this is the network part and this is the host part. Okay, I have created the subnet object. Now I will do the NATing. So NAT in bracket the name that I have given for internal and external, internal comma external, okay, internal comma external. So it will be the NATing process. Internal IP address will be converted to the external IP address, and external IP address will be converted to the internal IP address. Observe. So the name I have given internal and external. Okay, this is the NATing process. So followed by dynamic interface. So write down the command. This is the command NAT in bracket internal comma external, then dynamic interface. Exit. So I will again move to the configuration mode. Observe, configure terminal. So I will create a access list. So access list for certain protocol. So which protocol will be allowed, that I am going to configure. So access list, then Chennai. This is the object network name. Just now I have assigned the object network name. Permit. So before that it will be extended. So access list, object network name Chennai, extended permit. So extended, not the standard, it is extended permit to TCP protocol. Which protocol? TCP protocol, to access any host and any destination. So I will repeat the step again, but that for a different protocol, that is ICMP protocol. So ICMP protocol will be given permission in the access list for this network object to be accessed over the network for any host and any destination. Observe. Now at last but not the least, I will create the access group. Access, not the group. Okay, sorry, it will not be list, it will be group. Okay, access group. Who are going to access? So internal part will be going to access. So first I write the name that I have given, that is the object name Chennai, followed by in is the command, that means internal IP address, that is the private IP addresses, those will be working through the interface. So access group Chennai, in, and then interface. So through the interface, group will be accessed through the interface to outside, that is outside name I have given external. So this is the command, access group Chennai, in, interface, followed by external. So write down this command. Let me move out, exit. Okay, exit. Now I have done with the configuration of the hardware firewall. Now let me check by accessing the server from this any of this given computer of Chennai. I can access. Observe. So I will just go to the command prompt. I will try to access by pin. First I will try to access the google.com. Observe, I can access the Google by the IP address 60002. Observe, first packet was failed, but from next onward I have successfully accessed. So now I will going to access the Facebook 70.0.0.2. Observe. So it will take time, first packet. So onward I can access the Facebook server successfully. Okay, now again I will try to access the DNS server 80.0.0.2. This is the DNS server. So let me check. I can access the DNS server as well. Okay, I can access all the server through the firewall over the untrusted network. Okay, now I will try to access Kolkata router, this particular port 20001. I will access that port through the Chennai office. Observe, pin followed by 20.0.0.1. Watch. So it is taking time, but I will be able to access. See, I can access successfully. I have got the reply from 20.0.1. Now I will access this IP port 20010. This is the public IP address for the Chennai, not for the Kolkata office. So that is the public IP address of Kolkata. From the Chennai office, I would like to access the Kolkata office public IP address, that is 20.0.0.10. Okay, so I can access the public IP addresses over the network. It could be any public IP addresses. I can access that over the untrusted internet zone. So you can observe, I have got the reply successfully from the Kolkata office public IP address. Watch. Okay, now I will do another thing. I will try to access the private IP address. I will access this particular IP address. Can I access the private IP address over the internet? This is also the private IP address. Observe. So watch. Can I access the private IP address over the internet? Observe. 192.168.0.1. So I am trying to access the private IP address over the internet. Will I able to access that? See, it is taking time. Requested timeout. Again requested timeout. Again it will be requested timeout, and at last it will be again requested timeout. So I can't access the private IP address over the internet. It is clear. So I will try to access another private IP address. Observe. So 192.168.0.0. So press enter. See, I will never going to access the private IP addresses over the internet. Only we will be able to access the public IP addresses. Over the internet we can only get access and communicate with the public IP addresses. We will be never able to access the private IP addresses. Those private IP addresses will be accessed within the organization. So within the organization, private IP addresses can be accessed. You can see all packet are lost. See, received 0, lost 4, 100% lost. So the firewall has ensured the security. So these are the private IP addresses that will not be accessed over the internet. It is to be clear that after I have configured the hardware firewall, this hardware firewall has ensured the security mechanism for the internal part of the organization. So those private IP addresses only can be communicated within the network itself.